All right, ladies and gentlemen, so today we're going to talk about some insane leaks that have come out from this YouTuber and Twitch streamer that goes by the name of Nuri. I don't know if I'm saying this wrong. I apologize, Nuhre, Nuri, but she just had an exclusive interview with a playtester over at Dragon Age the Veilguard, and this particular playtester has revealed everything, and the things that they have revealed are absolutely insane, and it's everything that you would have expected and more, which is even more shocking. Like, it's actually worse than what you could possibly believe.
Why? For you,
Okay,
why is it so much worse?
So the one thing that I was like baffled by it, the Kunari. When I was talking with her, first of all, you need to understand that this is fantasy game.
Yes.
Our words, it's different than their words.
Exactly.
For example, she told me that I am a non-binary person. How the hell that a fantasy game in like Thedas have the word non-binary
in there? Yeah, I've seen that. Like, they gonna fina. Like, what are you fucking doing? Why are you talking like this?
Now, guys, again, shout out to this content creator, Nuri, for providing us with this information. I highly suggest you go check this video out. What I am going to say is this video is extremely long, so Grums was nice enough to do a kind of like breakdown of the video, and it hits the key points. I watched this video, and it hit the key points, so I figured let me go over the actual cliff notes, but I highly suggest you check out this video. I'm going to leave the link to the video in the description box below, and I'm also going to be reacting to this video in full on Hypnocast on my live stream 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so make sure to go check it out. But let's talk about these leaks, guys. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. So it says Dragon Age the Veilguard leak. Worst fears confirmed. It's much worse than we think. This is the end of BioWare. Nuri gets a scoop in her interview with a game tester who reveals all. Alleged rumors from testing in 2023 build highlights the following. The game is super woke. Pronouns in your face everywhere. This we already knew. The Kunari companion literally introduces themselves with immersion-breaking modern language saying, I identify myself as non-binary. Now, what I will say, okay, if this is true, this is going to be big time lore breaking, right? Because anytime you have stuff like this from modern day try to interject itself into current games and whatnot, it completely ruins the experience, right? It is going well beyond just using pronouns, right? Because with the pronoun stuff, they try to say, well, it's just basic language, right? But even though we've never in the history of time ever used pronouns as titles, which is what they're doing, which is why it's not basic language, right? You cannot say, I go by blah, blah, blah. That is giving yourself a title that you go by, and pronouns are not used as titles, but neither, that's neither here nor there. They're used as description factors in English language or language in general, but let's continue. If that is the case, the Kunari introduces themselves as non-binary, yeah, that's going to be pretty fucked. Romances were and still may be gender locked unless you choose a pronoun other than he, him. You must be pansexual, or you/were are restricted to 2 romance options, Neve and Harding, while other choices may romance anyone. This might have changed due to Baldur's Gate 3's success and influence. Most likely, I mean, the developers did say that every single character was going to be a whore, so I highly doubt they're going to lock you to choices. I'm pretty sure you could sleep with anybody and fuck anything and everything, including beetles on the ground. Like, I'm pretty sure that was changed. Solas is silent. This is the big one. This is the big one for Dragon Age fans out there who actually played the Dragon Age games. Solas is sidelined hard, made into a minor character with little importance or development until suddenly important at the end of the game. And that ending is baffling and not in a good way, but no spoilers were revealed for obvious reasons. Now, again, guys, Solas being sidelined, we kind of all saw this coming the moment we saw the name of the game get changed from Dreadwolf to Veilguard, right? We all kind of saw this being a thing. To see it confirmed is quite unfortunate, especially for people who are fans of Dragon Age, right? Everybody knows Solas. Everybody knows that we wanted to see what was going to happen with Solas, and if he truly got sidelined as hard as they're saying, That's going to be quite unfortunate. The story is a disappointment after disappointment. That's not shocking. Facial animation is Andromeda all over again, and plastic, which I assume is a lot of my face is tired quality. If you guys remember, Mass Effect Andromeda got roasted to all ends of the earth because their facial animations were so bad and they were buggy, right? If you guys remember all the screenshots, they were so laughable what was happening with the facial animations. BioWare's Andromeda was garbage. And BioWare, it's amazing that these people have so much confidence to attack the fans online, because I got screenshots of that too. We're going to go over it. Attacking the fans online. Meanwhile, you guys are the ones who made Anthem. Right? Like, you guys are the ones who made Mass Effect Andromeda and got roasted for it. You guys are so confident in yourselves, but the last couple of projects that you have put out have been complete and utter flops, one of which got canceled and removed. So what are we really doing? Inquisitor and Inquisition is corrupt and may not be of help even if you just didn't disband it. Choices don't matter. It's Mass Effect 3 all over again. Yeah, because clearly they didn't learn from history. The Rook has been sidelined, backstory wasted, just a guy in a bar, very much diminished. Tester feedback, this is the big one, ignored. Boss said it's very good feedback, but I can't send it to them. The devs, it's very good, but basically you can't talk about the woke stuff is making the game worse. It's not something you could talk about, even if it's ruining the game. Now, this is a big issue in AAA gaming right now, where everybody, all the developers have their heads in the sand, and it's not just them either. It's also the community management team that works in between them, right? So how are the developers going to do changes that are meaningful to the game if all the feedback they're getting is filtered nonsense, right? If they're all getting filtered fake positivity nonsense, they're going to think everything is good and we're all good to go. Nobody's going to learn from a bad decision because nobody realizes that they're making one. They're all in an echo chamber. They all have their heads in the sand. Get your heads out your asses. Grey Warden Davrin, a newcomer who never finished his training, gets to influence and make important decisions for the Grey Wardens solely because he is a person of color. He gets to decide everything. Now, this is not too shocking, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be honest here. The trans worship, the people of color worship, all of this is happening because of the people who are making this game, right? They want to put this virtue signal out there of POCs being the most amazing things ever, and we just discovered them, which means you got to discover them too. It's such a obvious fucking virtue signal, and yet they're trying to pass it off as if it's organic, which we all know it's not. The segment of gameplay in the Fade is a boring walking simulator with just some fetch quests. Completely wasted opportunity. Other major characters like Varric turned into mere advisors and pushed to the back of the story. It's so far removed from Origins that it's crazy to think that's even in the same universe. This is the end of BioWare, the interview concludes. Final nail in the coffin of a once great studio and franchise. So again, ladies and gentlemen, it is quite unfortunate, but we all knew that this was going to be a thing. I mean, look at this. What the fuck is this? We all knew that this was going to be a thing the moment we saw the gameplay revealed, the moment we saw the articles and the interviews start coming out about modern audience stuff. We knew that this game was going down the rabbit hole of DEI and ESG, and unfortunately, it is going to be the end of BioWare. BioWare is going to die, most likely, from this game. Then it says it gets much worse. Former and current BioWare Dragon Age writers are mocking gamers and poo-poo their feedback openly on social media. Claims Veilguard companions are to a one absolute smoke shows, while gamers hate the new character designs. This shows you how little they think of you. Don't buy games from developers who hate you. If you see here, you got David Gator says the females aren't hot enough, yet because they've clued into the notion this is obviously incel behavior, they've swapped out unattractive for masculine and thus transgender because that's a framing which makes them political instead of a porn brain. We all know what they mean. Ladies and gentlemen, these people are so disingenuous when they tell you that the characters, you're just mad because you can't fap to them. They're so fucking retarded because these choices being made for the modern audience are for the people who actually sexualize their characters in a physical manner, right? The people who looked at Baldur's Gate 3 and utilized that game to be their porn, yeah, they're gonna do the same thing with this game as well. And these developers know exactly what they're doing, right? They know that they're making these characters for those kind of people, and they're constantly pushing it, but they're gonna gaslight you and say, no, we made them because we want them to be realistic women. Yeah, you're just mad because you can't jerk off to them anymore. They're so retarded, bro. So at the end of the day, man, again, I find it hilarious. I really do find it hilarious that these developers have the balls that they do, considering that they are the same people who put out Anthem. They're the same people who put out Mass Effect Andromeda. You are the same people who are currently being subsidized, because God knows you ain't making money on your own. You are the same people, while being subsidized, you're trying to talk as if you are so unbelievably great at what you do that Anthem didn't exist. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it if you get to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.